Strenuous advocacy, however, does not overshadow your obligation to the court before which you practice. Become familiar, very familiar with the rules of practice in your jurisdiction. Pay close attention to the rules of conduct for attorneys. The rules of conduct, however, are only a starting point in your professional activities. Distinguish yourself by demonstrating stability and fairness as you advance your client's rights. The courtroom is a battleground of sorts for the resolution of legal controversies, but it need not be marked by hostility among attorneys. As someone who has spent time on both sides of the bench, I can tell you that attorneys do not favorably distinguish themselves by gaining every tactical advantage or intimidating others, but by coming to court prepared, having a superior knowledge of the law, and displaying respect and courtesy to others. So exemplify strenuous advocacy on behalf of your clients, excellence in your professional work, and stability. These attributes will lead to a professional reputation of which you can be proud. Do not sell the honor you have achieved today or the reputation for integrity and strong character that you create in the years to come for any client or any plea. I urge you to embark upon your new career with a sense of pride marked with humility. You have great tools, but also much left to learn about the complexities of the practice of law. Ask whether you are making a mark upon your profession that will become the butt of lawyer jokes, or that will help you to restore it to a place of esteem in our society. By doing the latter, you will encourage others to view the practice of law and its place in our system of government with respect. Finally, as the festivities of today are underway, I urge you to take pride in your accomplishment. You know the sacrifices that are common to each of us who has achieved a law degree, the countless hours studying, the financial expense of law school, and the time spent away from loved ones. Also call to mind the sacrifices that are uniquely yours. A law degree is difficult to attain. This wasn't easy. Appreciate this accomplishment that came from all of your hard work, and let it encourage you to accomplish even bigger goals in your professional life. Think also of your family and loved ones, whether or not they join you here today. I dare say that none of you has reached this milestone without some measure of support from them. Think about the parent who encouraged you to stick with it after a rough semester, or the friend who never complained when you missed getting together because you had to study. Appreciate the fact that your achievement is a source of pride for those who have supported you. Take time to thank those who have stood by you in a meaningful way. To all the new graduates, I wish you every success in your future endeavors. Do yourselves and this law school proud. Godspeed to all of you.
Thank you very much, Justice Harper. Again, we appreciate so much of you here today. This time I would like to introduce Associate Dean David King, who will be presenting the graduated students.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Will the candidate for the Master of Laws in Health Law degree please come forward? Rolando Torres Rodriguez.
The Board of Trustees I hereby confer upon you, Rolando Torres Rodriguez, the degree of Master of Public Laws in Health Law, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
The graduating class has selected as their hooders my colleagues, Professors Alexander Mickeljohn, Linda Meyer, and Jeffrey Meyer. Would you please come forward to do the honors? Will the marshals please bring candidates for the Juris Doctor degree forward? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the individual members of the class of 2012. Daniel Wayne Luckett. Annie Muldowney. Stephanie Elizabeth Cummings. Alyssa M. Tornberg. Heather M. Wright. Lawrence Gregory Tamaccio, Jr. Joshua Scollins. C. Alexandra Buenaventura. Stephen Carter Gillette. Kara J. Summa. Kristen D. Losey. Kyle Timothy O'Hearn. John T. Spalding. Kevin Patrick Smith. Sean M. Owen. Amy Lynn Salamito. Heather Elizabeth Rolfus. John L. Cicerone. Samuel Salvatico Salzman. Misty Ray Tercefield. Ian Means Airgood. Amanda Barkley. Sarita Patel. Alana Tynan. Jonathan Fan. Jacqueline Barbara Persilius. Jennifer Warner Cooper. Being hooded by her father, Jane Cruikshank, class of '99, Katie Cruikshank. Michelle Elaine Monderer. Mary Beth Gordon. Aaron E. Canalia. John Michael Mastracchio. Eugene Efimovich Gluzkov. Elise Carol Greer. Tyler A. Raymond. Matthew Anthony Terleglio. Kylan Derek Johnson. Jordan M. Richards. Dennis F. Patala II. Edward Robert Landino. Matthew Albert Busano. Michael L. Seckers. Michelle Marie Zulaski. Maya Rachel Lurtzman-Sitkin. Kyle Lanning. Robert Tupper Resendez. Catherine A. Phillips. Christopher J. Damati. Jessica Bruno Vetter. Brittany Usola Paz. Nicole Ann Vino. Michael Richard Sawicki. Mitchell T. Tata. Donald Meehan. Philip D. Milk. Being hooded by her mother, Mary Swaniger, class of 1983, Alyssa Swaniger. Michael Patrick Lynch. Philip J. Medalina. Richard John Repeat. Brian Vincent Altieri. Thomas Stephen Grote. Corey D. Short. James Andrew Rocco. Wordy Sampson. Mallory S. Pine. Jessica J. Mutaris. John M. Duza. Timothy James Primo. Charles Miller. Dieta Catherine Roncone. Matthew George McGoldrick. Christopher E. Chiotis. Taryn Marie Porzio. Daniel John Papaga. Maria Del Pilar Gonzalez. Jennifer Barbara Smith. Nicole Christopher Michael Katsamaglis. Noelle Nicole Altan. Christian Michael Gunnison. Elizabeth Ann Lamora. Andrea Nicole Moffett. Francis P. Camarano. Amanda M. DiMatti. Evan Matthew Bernard O'Hara. Danielle Reed Niederbuell. Maureen A. Fallon. Martina Ann Schmielewska. Eric Kevin Furman. Clarissa C. Matthews. Heather Cole Genovese. Alana Suzanne Hassel. Katie Marie Factor. J. Michael O'Neill. Sean Hamill. Stephen C. Cox. Fawad Khan. Terrence John Brunau. Michael Ackley Espeler. Sarah Elizabeth Jean Richwine. Robert Lawrence O'Brien. Robert Sheehan. Dennis Mark Durrell. Thomas P. Bannis. Jasenia Nicole Vargas. Louis E. Fiala III. Lisa L. Farmer. Toby R. Gilbert. Jennifer Leah Andrew. Kelly Elizabeth Davis. Jane Elizabeth Hamilton. Michael L. Miller. Elias James Peterson. Michael Hanna. Christopher A. Cleft. Sabrina Ahmed. Amanda Brooke Schaefer. Prerna Rao. Alexander Kopp. Daniel P. Schofield. Jesse Costa. Jonathan N. Souza. Jennifer L. Carney. James Edwin Creighton Seward. Mario Kenneth Cerami. Stella Santova Giordano. Judy Lynn Marshall. Marissa F. Michaud. Mary Elizabeth McKenna. Sarah Barbara Weirnow. John Humphrey. Michael D. Levine. Brian C. Young. Virginia Ihon Camaño. Courtney Dillon. Kristen Michelle Marquardt. Ren Cruz. Julie Ann Broder. Michelle Cook. Leslie Faith Light. Jasmine Rodriguez. Virginia Marianne Veneziano. Mark Turner Jones. Jonathan B. Hasbani. Mr. President, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the Quinnipiac University School of Law Class of 2012.
On the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon all of you the degree of Juris Doctor with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations to all of you.
will speak on behalf of the graduating class. Wade Luckett, who is the president of the Student Bar Association. Can I just say, before Wade begins, Wade, I just wanted to offer my personal thanks and also to let you guys know that being the SBA president is a difficult job, and Wade had the responsibility to represent all students, including you guys, to us, and frequently Wade would come to me with things that were of concern to students, and we tried to work through them together. That's not always an easy thing to have to approach the dean with areas where students wish things were being done in a different way, and Wade did it graciously and with poise and maturity and judgment, and he represented you guys really well, so I think that's what Saxon, sorry to jump the gun on that one. President Leahy, former Dayton man, thank you. I'd like to first wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day today. Especially my mother. I know that we wish Frank were here. He's here in spirit. I'd also like to thank my family who traveled all the way here from Nashville. I think it goes without saying that without them, I would not be up here today. I'd also like to wish an early happy birthday to my roommate, Annie Muldowney. Happy birthday. Well, you've heard from a Connecticut Supreme Court Justice, you've heard from the Dean of the Law School, and now you get to hear from a former Pizza Hut delivery boy, Wade Luckett. I suppose I've come a long way from delivering pizzas in those ridiculous black jean shorts. Though not too far, as you can see, I'm now standing before all you fine people in this wizard hat. This morning I was asking myself, why am I going to be giving this speech? As I'm sure many of you are asking yourselves the same thing. Because there's so many of you that have achieved so much in 3 years and more. And so I'm just humbled to be up here. So I'll say this as plainly as I can. I am so proud to be graduating with all of you today. I feel so proud to be graduating with such intelligent, hardworking people. I like to think of myself as reasonably hardworking, but some of you really have blown me out of the water. You really have worked your tails off. Chris Katzen, please. Chris Gunnison, Evan O'Hara, Rob O'Brien, Michelle Monder, Amy Stolomito, Sean Owen, Betsy Lemire. There's so many people here today that have worked their tails off. It's over. You don't have to do any more outlining. You don't have to take any more notes. It's over. It's just stop. I see you out there outlining right now. Cut it out. I'm so proud to be associated with such intelligent, witty people. People who have made going to school interesting in class and made going to school interesting outside of class. People like John Spalding, Kyle O'Hearn, and Larry Tamaccio. Thank you for making law school fun outside of class. But there were people who saved me inside of class when the professor would ask a question, and they'd save the entire class. People like John Cesaroni, Professor Farrell's class. People like John Tesbani, Feigensen's evidence class. Dan Schofield every single day in civil procedure. The days that you weren't there in civil procedure were rough, Dan. Prina Rao, both of the classes I took with Dunlap. Last but not least, Alyssa Swaniger, thank you for throwing yourself on the sword in Professor Meyer's LPR class every single day. Thank you. I'm proud to be graduating with a group of students who are more than their GPAs. Law school is often thought of as a cutthroat place where people steal books and withhold outlines to gain an edge. But at Quinnipiac University School of Law, we don't do that. Here are some of the examples of what we do. We get our degrees while holding 40-hour-a-week jobs, while still managing to essentially run SBA with me, participate in various legal clinics like Heather Wright, my roommate, did, and Kristen Losey. We help organize trips every year to Central America to, among other things, help local schools and universities develop their legal systems and legal scholarships, like Terasuma. We fight endlessly for the First Amendment, traveling to conferences, going to Cato Institute, testifying before the Connecticut State Legislature, like Mario Serrano. We take our competition teams to national competitions like Sarah Richline, Robert Zindez, Mike O'Neill, Matt Charleglio, Mary Beth Gordon did for the Movement Court Society, and there are others. Like Alexander Bonaventura, Kylan Johnson, Alex Kopp, Stephen Gillette, Steph Cummings, Alyssa Thornburg, and it seems like half of our class did for SDR. Some of us go to these national competitions and still find time to testify before the Connecticut State Legislature to help Connecticut repeal the death penalty, like Josh Scollins. This is what we do. I'm excited to see what our future holds for all of us. And it would be a pleasure and it would continue to be my honor to work with you in the future. Thank you. Each year, the graduating class has the privilege of selecting one of their professors who will address them at graduation as the outstanding professor of the year, the professor who has had the most impact on them during their time at law school. This is a coveted of recognition. This is a faculty that is extremely deep, as you all know, and people who are wonderful teachers, really committed teachers. So to be selected for this honor it's a tremendous privilege. And this year's recipient of it is our own Professor David Rosenstein.
Very much. Justice Harper, President Lay, colleagues, and especially the class of 2012. At the outset, let me thank you for the honor of being selected for this award. It's a really humbling experience, given that I've worked with my colleagues for decades, and I know the depths of deserving candidates from whom you could select a recipient. Some of you may know that there is something of a tradition in this institution that the recipient of this award should sing his or her remarks. However, with distinct memories from my youth of having been physically removed from a decent two choirs, and at least on 2 other occasions being told in no uncertain terms to just mind the words, there will be no singing from me today. Given that you will be leaving law school in difficult political and economic times, I was wondering what I could talk to you about. But remembering that this is Mother's Day, I thought I would talk to you about my mother. My mother was admitted to the bar in South Africa in 1935. To give you some idea of what a pioneering effort that was, you might remember that when Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg enrolled in Harvard in 1954, she was but one of 9 women in a class of 500. And each of those 9 women had to stand up in